Welcome back, everybody. This is Eric here, Moss Pawn and Gun. We're out here at Big 3 East in Daytona Beach, Florida. If you guys have been following the videos, it's a really cool event that's been put on by Wolf. They do it about twice a year. It's a chance for writers, bloggers, video guys to come out, showcase product, check things out. We're here at the Iwi booth. It's a live fire deal that they do here, so we get guns on the range, everybody gets to shoot, talk technology, talk guns. So we're here hanging out with Iwi. Of course, you know, they're responsible for the Tavor. Tavor is a very, very interesting firearm that you guys know I've been interested in for quite a number of years here. You know, they've been in the country for a few years and they've been gaining quite a bit of popularity, and for good reason. You guys are probably familiar with Tim over at Military Arms Channel. He has done a ton of work with the Tavor, a ton of different videos with it, and I've known Tim for quite a few years, so he's probably the one that's responsible for turning me on to this gun a bit, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and say that. So, you know, Tim's definitely the guy that got me into these, and the first Tavor that I shot was one of his that had the Geissele trigger in it, and I was just in love at that point. So anyway, we are here talking about some of their guns. In case you don't know, it's a bullpup, okay, which means that the operating system, safety, trigger, controls, grip are above or in front of the magazine. Okay, magazine's located in the rear here. This lever, just grab and pull down. Very intuitive manual of arms once you get used to it. Also, from the firing position, if I'm holding the gun and I'm firing and I want to do a mag change, all I have to do is just bump my hand back, make a very small and deliberate movement to drop the mag. So I can be reaching for another mag, bump it, and in you go. When that mag comes in, the new mag, right now the bolt's locked to the rear, so I grab my new magazine, and while the gun is still shouldered, and while my firing hand is where it needs to be to operate both the trigger, safety, or anything else, a lot of the weight is distributed evenly back into my shoulder. It allows me to maintain control of my firearm. New magazine in, as the magazine locks, it's very simple and intuitive for me to just reach my thumb out, and as it's in, all right, she's loaded and we're ready to be back on target. So it makes the gun, in terms of ergonomics, manual of arms, it's very intuitive, I guess, is the proper way to put it. It feels right. Everything about it, nothing feels out of place or put in the wrong place. And the way that the controls on this firearm are set up, it is truly ambidextrous. Now, the firearm does eject to the right from the factory, but of course can be swapped out to eject from either direction. There's also 9mm conversion kits that are available that take a modified Uzi magazine, which of course they do make. The conversions can be done, and you know, once you're used to it, 10 minutes you can have barrel swapped out, everything's good to go. Just a very interesting firearm. It's very, very modern. I guess that's the best way to put it. Breakdown, disassembly, very intuitive, very simple. So we will be doing a full review on this particular Tavor. This is my Tavor, the one I just picked up very recently. It's topped off with an armor sight Zeus at the moment. We may change the optic on it, but I threw the Zeus on there just for folks to be able to check out this thermal. It's a very high quality thermal. It does record video, okay? Has an extended battery life on it. Really, the menus and the way that this thing is designed to work is very, very simple, very easy to use. We will do a full expose on this particular optic in time. Of course, we're not going to do that right at this moment. But other than the Geissele enhanced bow, the Geissele trigger that's in this gun, and of course the optic, this is a factory fresh Tavor. This one has a 16.5-inch barrel with a 1-in-7 twist. You do get a marginally rigid barrel, so the accuracy on this gun is fairly decent. You know, they're not going to be tack drivers like you would expect. I mean, a lot of bullpups just are not known for being extremely accurate. But the gun has a lot of interesting features that we will go into discuss when we do the full review. Certainly liking it. So there's your Tavor. We're going to move down the line and we're going to look at the new Galil ACE. So make sure you hang out for that for a second. Let's get over here and look at it. All right, guys, so moving along, we're going to be talking about the Glial Ace. This is a rifle that I myself have been very excited about. You know, last year we were down here at Big 3 and we helped Tim out with his little kind of expose video on the Glial Ace. And I got to shoot it last year in October, like literally days after they brought the first Glial Ace into the country. And this rifle is awesome, guys. It really is. There's so many features about this thing that make it special. I'm not going to discuss every little bell and whistle, but you do have a folding stock. Okay, so push down, she folds. All right, it also extends. Pretty standard fare. All right. Little bit of a tug there to get it open. All right, it does have an ambidextrous safety lever that can be reached with your firing finger if you want, or from the other side of the rifle with your thumb. Okay, very simple. All right, the gun is 7.62 by 39, takes standard AK-47 magazines. They do rock in, just like pretty much any other AK. And the interesting thing about the Ace is that the Galil ACE was in use before the Tavor was around, and then the IDF ended up switching to the Tavor, which we showed earlier here. But the Glial Ace was kind of king of the hill until the Tavor came along. Certainly a interesting gun. So 1 9.5 inch twist on the barrel, so pretty standard for most of your com block calibers. Anything from Mosins, machine guns, AK-47s, most of those guns, that's going to be the standard twist rate for 7.62 by 39s, a 1 9.5 right hand. Just an awesome gun, and you guys know that before the Clinton ban and all that mess that was going on, Galils were coming in the country in some limited numbers, and early Galil imports are quite collectible. You guys have probably seen some of the early 308 Galils that made it into the country, and those guns are awesome. But don't worry, because they are going at some point, they're going to be bringing in a 308 Galil again. So it'll probably be set up on the Ace platform like you see here. Now this is a rifle, okay? It is a milled receiver, although a very light milled receiver, lightweight. The breakdown of the gun's very simple. If you're used to AKs, you're right at home with it because it's very standard fare there. The handguard, they've done some very interesting things with the way they've set up the handguard. You notice these little divots here, these holes. You can press this, slide it off, and they've already got the cuts in the handguard for all of your little accessory pads. So say you want to put like a laser, light, some type of device where you have to run a wire with a pressure switch. You got room for your pressure switch. Pop this little devil out, and it blends into the weapons platform. Nice and simple without getting in the way and looking all crazy and ugly. Of course, you have a full pick rail on the top. You got some very functional sights. One of the nice revisions with the Glial Ace that, you know, certainly an upgrade over older AK-47s is the sight radius. So you have the sight all the way back, on as far back as it can get on the top cover. That gives you a longer sight radius, so you get a more consistent point of aim, better accuracy, okay? Longer the sight radius, generally, the better you can pick up the sights and find yourself a nice consistent point of aim. Of course, a rear diopter, which I think is very crucial for an AK. A standard AK almost has a pistol sight radius, even with a full-size rifle. So you're losing a lot there. And you've just got a standard Mauser-style tangent sight. With this gun, you got a fully adjustable, for windage, rear sight with a diopter. 2 diopters, one for close range, one for longer range, and then a adjustable front sight that adjusts not unlike an M16 sight. Very nice rifle overall. So they're going to be importing the rifle version, but they'll start with the pistol version. Now obviously this is an SBR, okay, so it's got the stock and everything. The way that the stock attaches to the pistol is very simple. So they're going to offer it as a pistol. So you guys can buy the pistol, and they can import the pistols pretty much as this rig sits, minus the stock. So they're going to offer it as a pistol, and then they're going to offer it with an arm brace. So for some of you guys that want the brace, you have that option as well. But the way the stock attaches is just a very simple wedge arrangement with a roll pin that skewers into place, holds it in place. So they will offer the stocks to go along with the pistols. So if you want to Form 1 it, engrave it, pop your stock in place, and life goes on, and you've got basically the exact short barrel rifle that I'm holding. So we will be running the gun a lot, and we have been running the gun a lot. Awesome little setup. I don't know exactly when they're going to be available. I'm not sure the people at IWI want me spilling the beans on that just yet, but they will be available very soon, I hope. And when they start coming in, we'll hopefully get a couple of these out to do some work with. We're going to put the gun through its paces, long range accuracy, short range accuracy, just some general fun with the gun. And I can really see this firearm as filling a very specific need. It needs to be in my safe. That's the need. So there we go. There's the Glial Ace. If you guys haven't seen it, also check out Tim Military Arms channel. Did a big video on it last year. We helped him film. Check that out. See what you think. We will be running the gun some more in future videos, but we do appreciate you watching today's video. Hopefully you learned a little bit about both the Tavor and the Galil ACE. We appreciate it. Big 3 has been a great event. We've been treated with a lot of hospitality, a lot of good people, and it's been a very good networking and social event. A lot of good people here today, and stay tuned. We have a lot more videos coming. We'll catch you next time.